All right. If you're watching this video, that means you have probably seen quite a few of my videos. Or even if you haven't seen my videos, then you at least know what Escape from Tarkov is. If you somehow don't know what Escape from Tarkov is, it is the de facto extraction shooter. You load in, you gear up, hope you don't die, and hope you come out with more gear. That is basically it in a nutshell. And ever since its explosion in popularity, people all over the planet have been trying to basically recreate it in their own way. Some successes, some failures. Today, I'm going over a little indie title known as To Vostok. To Vostok is a single-player kind of extraction shooter. It's a little different. Basically, you have these shelters that you can move between throughout an open world, which has individual zones that you kind of go to, loot, etc. Now, the game has been out as a demo you could play for free for a couple years, but it has officially hit its not 1.0, excuse me. It's just, I guess, 0.1 early access phase. Basically, the game is in a playable enough state where the creator feels comfortable charging for it now. And, well, I will say, you're going to be missing some of the depth that you would get in a game like Tarkov or Gray Zone Warfare. There's not much story. There are not many quests, but everything else that it does have is, like, perfected. Like, the vibes and the aesthetic are top notch. Basically, you're on the border of, I think it's Finland, and boom, a giant EMP or something goes off, technology is wiped out, and chaos ensues. Now you are just trying to survive, and that's basically all we have for now in terms of story. I'm sure there is a roadmap available that you can look at. There is more planned, but for right now, that's really all we got. So if it sounds so basic, what makes it so good in not just my eyes, but lots of people's eyes? And honestly, it is the moment-to-moment gameplay. Now, I'm going to keep it a buck. The shooting is not the greatest in the world, but it does its job. You fire gun shoots. And what you would expect to happen, happens. Enemy dies. That is great. But really, what sets it apart is what happens in between. Because, I'll be honest, when it comes to dealing with injuries in this game, it is a lot worse than in Tarkov. Basically, if you unfortunately get a bullet that somehow travels into your kind of head area, as it were, if you don't heal that thing, you are eventually going to die, and you need certain meds to heal certain kind of things, such as a head trauma. You gotta be very specific with the things you are traveling out with. You really gotta be prepared in this game, which obviously, you know, with all the other games you do too. But something about this game feels more visceral. And I think it comes in the fact with, you know, obviously you die, you go back to your shelter, you lose everything you brought with you, but you have whatever you kept at your shelter. But there are two zones, which I guess you could consider end game / high loot territory zones. If you die in those zones, the game will just delete your save file. Now, you can turn this on to have that happen no matter where you are. Currently, I've been playing through as just having it be those two zones because I want to get used to the game before I try it, just a full-on permadeath. But I have been in those two, I guess, more dangerous zones, and it definitely brings the tension up another level. You know, it's not just, okay, I lost all my stuff. Now I gotta grab what little items I had left to hopefully have enough of a kit that I could maybe survive for a little bit until I kind of get more. Once you get to that zone, it's literally one wrong move and you're fully restarting your save, which for me, I have almost 20 hours in. Honestly, the idea of the game just deleting my save if I make the wrong move, that it's a scary thought, but also the tension that it has is incredible. I'm not sure how else to describe it. It's really something you'd have to experience for yourself. Knowing that one wrong move will literally be the end of your entire journey throughout the game is just something else. There's also something interesting the game does, where it does have a bit of a crafting system. It does, admittedly, at least in my opinion, feel pretty bare bones, at least in its current state. So I hope that they do their best to make it improved. But right now, you know, you can do simple stuff. You can cook, you can repair your weapons, all the kind of things you would expect in this kind of survival extraction shooter genre that is now upon us in the world. You know, credit where credit is due. This game has been made over the past couple of years by one guy, and there was a switch over a couple years ago from Unity to the Godot engine after the whole Unity fiasco happened. If you know anything about that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So he basically did have to rebuild the game, not from the ground up or anything, because he, you know, had probably models, and I'm sure there was some code he could just straight port over. But, you know, he has put a lot of work, a lot of passion into this game, and it just bleeds through. I can't quite put my finger on what makes this game feel so special to me, but this is one of those games that over the course of the next couple years, I'm just gonna hop back in to see what kind of changes have been made. I mean, for now, I'm pretty deep in with playing it. I've been playing it, honestly, for at least an hour or two every day since it dropped. I'm just having an incredible time with it. He honestly has done such a great job with everything in it so far. I just can't wait to see what the future holds for To Vostok. If this is something that kind of piques your interest, I would definitely give it a shot. It's just one of those games that you have to play to get. Like, it kind of just looks like another Tarkov, except it's only single player. But there is something different about this one that truly, at least in my opinion, makes it feel special. So I can't wait to see what the future holds for To Vostok. I wish the best to the dev. He has secured, they tweeted a bit ago, I believe, they secured the next couple years of funding needed to kind of keep himself working on the game basically full-time, which is amazing to hear because honestly, he deserves it. He's done a great job working on this thing past couple years, and he's getting the fruits of his labors now, which I think are more than well-deserved. So definitely go on Steam, check out To Vostok. I think it's on sale for like 15 bucks at time of recording right now. It may have changed by then. By the time you're watching this, I mean. I'm having a lot of fun with this game. It has so much potential, and honestly, what it does offer right now, I mean, I've already gotten, I would say, my 15 bucks worth in this game already. But I know there's so much more for me to experiment with, explore, have fun with. And there's only more down the road once those updates come their way, which supposedly they're gonna come pretty fast. He's got stuff lined up for 2 big-ish updates this year even, so we'll see if he can keep up the pace. I honestly don't expect him to. I would rather him take his time. You know, it's been this long since the game has only been a demo. You know, I'm patient. I can wait for those big updates. But that's enough said on Road to Vostok. Definitely check the game out. But this game has a bright future. And honestly, it could become one of my favorite games. In fact, I have a video explaining something that Road to Vostok and all my other favorite games have in common. So, if you're interested in that, just click that video right there.